Mafia podcast, yo, this raw. Rob man Ryan taking over the mic. There are few sports and the stories ignite. Rocking the house, we're taking flight. Turn it out loud, let's amplify. Podcast moving, reaching to the sky. Crank up the volume, here it's reunite. Join the ride, we won't deny.
G'day guys, welcome back to the show. We're your hosts. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm an icicle.
And I'm Gilligan.
Fuck!
It was easy.
That was the worst fucking thing ever. Oh,
I had
This is
that
episode
planned out.
44.
fuck's sake. I had one set up from the other week
Come
too.
dressed for it, everything.
I might even unbutton another shirt.
What a dickhead. I was...
Another shirt. What the fuck does that even mean?
You can have all these shirts unbuttoned
Show
in the
some
background.
skin. Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
I had one set in my mind too. I was going to go with Engelbert Humperdinck and I've completely fucking flubbed it.
Oh no, that's a good one. You have to keep that one. You have to, when you write your notes down, you're just going to have to write down
right
little
at the top.
names.
I'll end up calling myself podcast episode 47 or something.
What have you boys been up to?
Oh yeah. Fuck all. Been good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep. Had kids sport. Aubrey won her grand final. So amazing.
good.
She did something I never
I'm
did.
glad you got to play.
Yeah, well, after all that kerfuffle,
Yes.
like fuck.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it was a bit rough if they didn't let her fucking play.
oh mate, fucking junior sporting clubs. Oh, I thought they'd come a long way since I played, and they haven't. They're
Yeah.
all the same. Once they get a sniff of winning, they don't give a fuck about anyone else.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Fucking under 12s though, it's a bit rough.
Yeah, it's almost like
Yeah.
footy clubs at that level now start, grooming talent
Yeah.
to get wins under their belt, which is not really what junior sport's about,
Nah,
really. But yeah,
She played, and she fucking even then she spent 35 minutes out of a 60-minute game on the bench. Like,
Oh, wow.
spent the whole third quarter on the bench, and I was fuming. Like, they
Yeah.
brought her off again in the last quarter. I went storming over there. Fucking not happy.
What are you doing?
I was like, fuck that, I'm one up.
yeah. I mean, like back when I used to play league, I played league since under 9s through to under 15s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And obviously you want to win, but even if you're the shittest cunt there, everyone sort of rotated for the same amount of game time.
yeah, that's what you should
Yeah.
do.
Like
That's what it should be like, yeah.
even position wise, like even if you're the shittest player there, if someone had their allocated amount of
Yeah.
game time, they would come off and you'd have to slot into halfback,
Well,
Yeah.
which is one of the most important positions. But you still got game time because it's not about fucking.
nah. Well, there was probably
Not until you get to
yeah,
seniors.
there was probably 10 players that didn't
Yeah.
come off at all. And like, obviously
Jesus.
all the best players didn't come off, which is like it's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
under 12s, man. Like fucking, it's not hard. You got 16 spots on the field. That's every 4 minutes you take someone off. You just set a timer, and you make one change,
Yeah.
and then you tick their
Yeah.
name off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That's what it should be like. And like, it should be like the way the game's played as well. Like, if your team's doing well, that's when there's a good chance for your to get the kids on. Just go right. Let's put them down the back line so
Yep.
they're on the field. If the ball comes down, it comes down. If it doesn't, they're still on the ground.
Yeah.
They don't need to be sitting on the bench the whole time.
Well, that's the thing. So the kids that like, Aubrey's not the best. She's not the worst. She's somewhere in the middle. But
Yeah.
without the game time, they don't get any better either. So they start.
That's right.
All the best kids get better and better and better because they're playing 100% of the minutes in the prime positions.
Yeah.
And then the other kids are just floundering because they're not getting the experience. They're not getting the time. They're not getting put in the positions. Like
Yeah.
like even though it's under 12, like she didn't get a run in the midfield for the whole year. Like,
Oh, wow.
So it's like she plays forward or back because she's.
Yeah.
So it's a bit fucked. I don't know. I expected more from junior sport, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, Sam's sister's daughter, she played in her grand final, and when I went out and watched her a couple of times during the year, she was getting moved around in positions and stuff.
Yep.
And I said to her, where do you feel more comfortable? She said, in defence. And I said to her, I reckon you play better in the back lines. What I've seen
Yep.
you play, or you seem to be able to read the ball better in the back line, like some people do.
Yep.
Some people can see the ball way better in the back
Yeah.
than they can being in the midfield. Some people are built for it. Some people are built to be forwards, mids. But then a lot of people just, it's easier. It's not an easy position to play either, a backman.
No.
But it's a lot more easier for you to read the ball
Yeah.
if you're not comfortable and you can't read the ball properly when you're in the middle. Because in the middle, like, you've got ball changes, like direction. You've got a lot of other players in conjunction and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to think about all that. Where when you're in the back line, you're running forward to the ball,
Yeah.
or you're running back to punch. So I feel like the back line, if you can find your niche there, it's a good position to play. Even if you are a midfielder and you're just starting out as well, going down back's good for you.
Well, you got in the back line. You got a starting point. It's your defender. It's your
Yeah.
It's your opposition opponent. Your direct opponent
Yeah,
is
that's
your
right.
starting point, because at the end of the day, you're defending. Whereas every
And
other
you wanna be
position
a
on the ground,
halfback, not-
every other position on the ground, you're creative. Like, you're creating space. You're creating
Yeah.
time. It's not as easy to do that sometimes.
Yeah. Halfback's a good position. Halfback compared to fullbacks and all that sort of shit. I went fullback for one game and I said, I'm never doing that again. That was fucked. Because I thought, I'm a forward. I know how forwards think.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was out of my fucking zone. I'm like trying to nudge the other cunt around. I'm like trying to push him around and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm playing as a forward here. I should be playing as a defender.
Yeah.
Because you miss the mark, or fucking don't punch the ball, or stay in front, stay behind when you need to.
Yeah.
It's so funny how you can get confused as a forward going down back.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like, I can play back. I can be a backman. I know how to fucking push them around down my end.
Yeah.
So I should be able to do it down the other end to the forwards. But yeah, as soon as you're down there, you're like, nah, I'm lost.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different. Wasn't my cup of tea.
Nah. Not at all.
Fuck, you need to take up lawn bowls.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, man. I'm very tempted, eh?
It's I've
only played, like, to be honest, I've only probably played once. I played more carpet bowls than lawn bowls.
I played a few seasons of Night Owls. Good fun. We did okay. We didn't fucking...
It's good fun when you're playing for fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
fuck, I get angry because obviously playing for the club and playing for a trophy and a fucking pennant flag. It's when you lose. It's I don't know. I'm a sore loser at the worst, at the best of times. Like, I am. Like, I don't even like losing in a video game. But
Yeah.
fucking when you get done, like I go down and play the night bowls, like Friday night bowls, barefoot bowls. Put the lights on, fucking $8 jugs of Northern.
Oh.
Just fucking write yourself off.
Yes.
They got the
Yeah.
raffles on, they got a band there. And it's good fun. It's like, oh, fucking, you play a couple of games. Obviously, you put your name down. It's a round robin. You lose. It's like, no one cares. As soon as you get thrown into that competition team sport and you lose, it's a completely different attitude that you take. And I get fucking very salty for, like, I don't know. I get angry at the opposition for winning. I don't get angry at my own faults, even though I should be. I'm just like, oh, yeah, you fucking...
You would, wouldn't you? You would.
Yeah, especially when you go down by 2 shots. Like,
Yeah.
after playing 3.5-hour games, it's the same as footy, like or cricket. Cricket was a good one. Like, I was more into cricket than I was footy. I was a lot better at cricket, and I didn't really care back then because I was young. But when I played seniors, I don't know, when you develop that, I'm going to say maturity, but one would argue it's very immature the way that I used to handle it. Because everything's a competition.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I hate losing. There's petty as that sounds, like everyone loves winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people just are more competitive than others. Like, I'm the same.
It's not a bad trait.
I play pool. So I play at a reasonably high level in Super League. It's the state league, and I get pretty fucking shitty. Mostly at myself. I get pretty shitty when I don't play to the standard that I think that I know I can, and I'm a lot better these days. I used to be very, very temperamental young man. So broke a couple of pool cues back in the day. Fucking.
That, like the same thing with darts. When I used to play league darts, like it was so fucked because it was an open league, and it was always a blind draw. So you could have a C grader playing an A grader, and like I used to get beaten by. This is not a sexist thing, but I used to get beaten by women, and it's not the fact that they're women, it's the fact they've never played darts before. And they used to just stand up there and just throw whatever the fuck they would throw, and they would just jag big numbers every throw. Meanwhile, you're trying to get yourself down to 50 from 501, trying to hit that triple 20, and you're missing it, and they're just fucking jagging triple 15s, triple 17s. It's like, fuck, what? Me? Like, it's not even, it's not, and to be honest, I take that back. It wasn't even women as well. It was men that have never played the sport before. Like, losing technicality. Well, not even technicality, just fucking beginner's luck. And it was the same with pool. Like, 'cause our pool comp doesn't have a foul snooker rule, and I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been foul snookered 2-3 shots in a row, and I can't do anything, and they've ended up winning.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
I did not have a foul snooker rule. It's fucking garbage.
Well, it's just shitty pub rules.
The rules we play now, which changed 2 or 3 years ago, there's no foul snooker at all, but there's every foul you get ball in hand now, and you can put it anywhere on the table.
Yeah, I like the ball in hand rule.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was used to playing. But like, I don't know, the old comp used to be world rule.
Yeah.
And you could actually, there was a certain, you'd be able to pull me up on this, there was a rule that if you were a foul, you could actually call a certain call and hit the other player's ball first, as long as you sunk your ball.
Foul snooker, foul snooker, you used to be able to nominate the other person's ball and hit it. Even if you potted it, it was still your shot.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I get it. It's any Tom, Dick, and Harry can come and enter the comp, so they got to keep it half.
Yeah.
Fucking, but you get screwed over a lot more than you'd think.
Oh, a no foul snooker rule is insane. That's
especially when you're playing with people who are barely hitting the ball.
One, you're asking for the games to be fucking 3 hours long each.
Yeah.
Well, it's that.
Yeah. And like, and then you end up losing, and you walk away, fucking yelling into your beer, going, "I'm never fucking coming back ever again." Next Thursday, who's the first one through the door? Oh, Croppy is.
Thought you were telling your beer you're not coming back.
You went for the knockout prop? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I am. Sign me up for doubles as well. Fucking hell. I do like the Scotch doubles. They play Scotch doubles at the end of it. And I like Scotch
doubles is good.
It's a really good format. Yep.
I used to hate knockouts when you'd come up against cunts that would just smash the ball. There was no strategic fucking plan they had. They were just smashing the ball, and every fucking ball would just go in. And you clearly tell they're not aiming. They're just fucking on bang, and it goes in like, fuck off.
I play a slightly lower comp on Wednesday nights, like a bit more for fun. And some of the teams are good and some of the teams are average, and there's a few smashes in there, and it's just like, you can look them dead in the eye, and it's like, don't have a strategic thought running through your fucking head.
No.
And you still lose to these counts half the time. It's fucking annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember my first time in A grade fucking lawn bowls. First time when I first won the comp at my local lawn bowl fucking club, I won B grade, which was huge for me. I was like, I'm not playing club championships ever again unless it's triples or doubles. I'm not really a singles player. I'd rather play as a team rather than on my own. I was like, fucking, because whoever wins B grade, you're sort of inclined to play A grade next year as the fucking up and comer. And I remember getting done by this old cunt man, like fucking, he put a bowl down and he'd hit one of his bowls that were fucking 3 meters out, get a nasty wick, and just come in and sit on the jack every fucking time. I'm like, there's no way, there's no rule book, there's no Bible, there's no fucking dictionary where that's even something you would play for.
Yeah.
And it used to shit me to tears. He'd be like, oh, I got lucky. I'm like, yeah, you did.
You really did. You're about to get real unlucky.
You wait to get out of the car park.
I'm like, I hope you've got a carer here, cunt, because I'm going to fucking shatter your teeth over the fucking side.
Oh, shit. I remember when the new rules came in for April,
Yeah.
fucking years ago. Me and Jason went and watched the fucking, the guy teaches you fucking everything.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there, I walked out and I said, Jason, I have no fucking idea what that guy just said. I'm like, this is fucked. I'm not going to be able to play April at all. Fucking hell. Don't ask me to umpire, because I'll be like, 30 seconds.
Oh, man. I used to do that when we played B grade for fucking darts at the locals every Monday night. They'd have different grades that would play. You'd always play later if you were B grade. The first time I signed up for it, I went straight into B grade, the trials that they had, and fucking, they were like, oh, so you're playing singles, so when it's not your shot, you got to go up to the board and score their shot. I'm like, you mean I've got to do subtraction? I was sitting there with my phone going, oh, 501 minus. I was so bad at it. And then after a while, subtraction and adding up just become normal. Like, you can throw 3 darts at a board, and I'll be like, yep, bang, done. Like,
Yeah.
but at the start, I was like, can we not do this? Can we actually have someone who stands here?
I mean, it's brilliant, eh? Like, dart players are like Rain Man if you got any kind of subtraction.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, they're fucking insane.
my brother
Some
has
of
obviously
them.
he's played for years and years and years, and like instant. You got fucking anything within the dart range of numbers, instant.
Have you ever what? He's retired now, but he used to be a really good darts caller called Russ Bray, and he was the guy that was famous for the 180.
Yep.
And fucking, but 3 darts could be a triple, a single, or a double. Within a split second, he just called the total out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's quick.
That's a man that knows his shit.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I can do it, but it might take me 20 seconds
Yeah.
to be like, bang, done. But yeah,
That's preparation. That's Bruce McAvaney levels of preparation.
yeah.
That's why he didn't call
Yeah.
darts at some point. Called everything
So
else.
he's going to do it when he's fully retired.
Oh dear.
Alright, so is there another round in the NRL? One more?
Two more. Yep. We
So,
always finish 2 later.
Cowboys
Yeah.
still like there's no chance they can be knocked out?
Nah, the worst they can finish is 7th.
Oh, that's alright then.
So they're playing finals no matter what, and they're playing the Storm next week. And
Yeah.
because the Storm have already wrapped up the minor premiership,
Again.
they're resting 11 players.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was going to say they'll be taking it easy.
The best we can finish is 5th, which doesn't really change anything because top 4 get the home final. So
Feels like those cunts
5th
finish
or
top
7th.
every year.
Oh,
No, they do.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Fucking hell.
So, the last 12 years, there's only been 3 teams that have won the minor premiership. Storm have won 6 of them.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright.
Storm, Panthers, and
Unreal.
Roosters have.
Old bellyache. You can
There's
coach.
not, as a professional, well, no, I'm not a professional, but I could not play under that cunt.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to go into the sheds if I was down at half.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
seen a more angry, passionate man. I mean, it shows, but it's a good fucking sword.
Yeah, he must do the other stuff right because all the boys that play for him love him. You know,
Yeah.
you get that with
the
some
thing
of
is,
the
they've
hard
had
cunts
so
too.
many people go.
Yeah.
Like Cameron Smith, Billy Slater. You've had Cooper Cronk. Like some of the absolute greats of the game retire, but they just recruit fucking more greats.
Yeah, they know how to
Like,
recruit.
It's fucking
That's for sure.
Geelong in the
Yeah.
AFL.
Yeah, fucking ace. Those cunts know how to fucking recruit.
Fucking nuts, man.
But yeah, no. So worst we can do is 7th, best is 5th. We had the bye last week, which actually secured came in really handy. We would have had to win this week if we didn't have the bye last week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not even. I'm happy. Like, at this stage in my life of watching footy, I'm just happy if my team does make the 8. I really don't have any expectations past that, but I honestly think we may go out in the first round.
Yeah.
Just not there.
Bit up and down, or
Yeah, the wins that we've won, we shouldn't have, and the losses that we've had, we shouldn't have lost. Like, it's been such a reversal, and I just don't see. Yeah, I honestly don't see fucking come finals time us standing up. We're the worst defensive team in the competition. We've leaked the most amount of points defensive wise out of all 16 teams.
fucking hell, that's
17
not a great start. Not a great starting point.
and somehow still sitting there in the fucking 6 at the moment. But I don't know. I've been surprised. Like the 2015 2015 season, we finished 8th, and we came through and didn't lose one game, made all the way to grand final, and won it. So I don't know.
Fucking hell.
Anything can happen in finals, I guess. Yeah.
Fucking oath.
As long as Brisbane ain't there, I ain't fuck.
Are they in the 8?
Nah, they're sitting on 9th. They need to win their last 2. They're playing the Dolphins and the Storm, which the Storm will rest
Yeah.
Jesus.
players again for their last game. But they also need the Dragons to lose one of their last 2. It's a big if.
Yeah.
But I fucking know those scummy cunts will find a way to fight their way in. And we'll probably get drawn with them, and they'll beat us. And
Go on a,
you'll hear about it
on a
on
massacre.
Go.
You'll,
Put it
yeah.
on the news.
I'd be downloading the 9 Now app and turning notifications on. Live updates. Someone's loose in the Caxton Hotel with a fucking shotty. But yeah, honestly, I'm just happy that my team, we finished fucking 14th last year, so top 8's not a bad improvement.
Bloody oath, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's much
Say
better.
that.
So yeah, and we've got a couple of the boys exiting this year. Obviously, Cole Felt, he's been a Cowboy since he first started. He won us that grand final, so he's gone. But I think he's gone out on his own accord rather than being forced out. So he's called it.
Yeah.
He's retiring on his own merit. Make way. We've got a lot of youngsters coming through. Like North Queensland is even all the way down the Darling Downs, down to Mackay. It's fucking just footy country up there. So
Yeah.
good young players coming through. So I think it's time.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want to see. Like, I know, like some of these players are really good and all that sort of shit, but then it gets to a point in time where they really need to step aside because they're not going to get pushed out unless they're like really bad. But
Yeah.
they're holding that spot out for a kid that could be coming in and doing his fucking time in there. Because
that's the thing.
like, there could be a kid in the reserves that's not getting a shot because there's this person in here that's still playing. They're not as good as they used to be, but they're still good enough to hold their spot.
Because of how good he was, I love him. He was one of my favourite players. It still is one of my favourite players. But I wouldn't have picked him for the last 8 weeks. He hasn't been there. He hasn't been on his game at all. He'll score a try here and there, but like he hasn't been what he used to be. And I'm sad to see him go, but I'm excited to see fucking who comes through and replaces. Because I've seen when he got picked for the reserve side for State of Origin. Obviously, he wasn't in the team, and some of the young fellas they had, like fucking only like 18. One's waiting to turn 18. They can't pick him at 17. But yeah, good young talent. And I think that's I don't know. You see a lot of teams with, like I look at teams like the Raiders and shit like that. Like their average player, the average age group, the average age of their players is 28. That's fucking old.
Fucking oath it is.
Jeez.
28 is old. I was like, man, you gotta start like. That's why we might have a period for 2 or 3 years where we're dog shit, but I'd rather secure a solid future with players and go through a hardship of 2 years rather than, sticking with. And that's why like our halfback that we got, Chad Townsend, we signed him on a 2-year deal. He's 34 when we signed him. 600,000. I'm like, fuck, I don't know about that. I don't know if I was throwing that kind of coin. But 2 years is a long time for a 34-year-old. Like, anything could happen. He gets injured, he does an ACL, and he's gone for a year and a half.
That's career over.
That's still money tied up.
Yeah, and career over.
Like, yeah, so...
It makes me laugh with the NRL when they do that. Like, when they pay overs for older players. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I get that they're good players and shit, but their age, like, you get to a certain age and that's when your body starts falling apart, especially in sport.
It's a perfect example of gambling with your money as a football club, doing that type of shit. Like, our highest paid, like, Jason Tamalolo, we signed him back when he was 19 on 1.1 million a season, and he's now been with the Cowboys for fucking 7 years or something like that. It was a 10-year deal. Yeah. He's a forward, but he's only playing 25 minutes a game now because he's got arthritis in both his knees. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
I mean, it's a lot of money. Honestly, I don't think any forward in the NRL is worth $1 million a season. Half? Yes. Not forwards.
No.
Like, their careers are a lot, depending, but it's a huge risk. They're in the front line. They're the first people that are going to get injured.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and it's showing, like, 25 minutes a game. He used to be a 70-minute player for a forward, and he's one of the biggest cunts in the NRL. And I don't know. I think like $1 million a season.
Big bickies, man.
Jesus. For 20 minutes a game?
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Not really showing any dividends, so to speak.
Is the NRL trending like the AFL and their players' careers seemingly getting longer, though? Are they playing older?
No, I don't think so. I think it's going the other way.
Yep.
I think players are retiring a lot earlier. I think the last player that I said, Cameron Smith, was
87 when he retired,
36. Well, fuck, it was like the Queen's birthday. That motherfucker, like every public holiday. What's this for? The Queen's birthday. Like, we've had 4 already. No wonder she's dead. She's 400. But like, I don't. Yeah, and you know why? The career, it's not happening quickly, but it's gradually happening because the fucking NRL brought in that 6 again rule, trying to speed up the game. More people are getting injured, and more people are prone to career-ending injuries. Yeah, we've seen fucking 3 of them this year already. People have retired because ACLs. Granted, they've been 30, 31, but the injuries have come through that period of trying to quicken up the game, and that's where you see people like sit on the sideline for 5 or 6 weeks because of careless tackles. So no, you've made the game too fast. Of course, there's going to be careless mistakes.
Yeah, well, that's where they're at with AFL now too.
No, it's fucking. I mean, I know it's easy to sit here and say this is fucked and that's fucked, but I don't know. Looking in, it's not that. People say, it's not that black and white. I'm like, well, I don't know. It kind of is. How come NRL worked so good 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? Like, why is it all of a sudden now, fucking every week, there's now, you can fucking look at the list of the injury ward, it goes on forever. Oh, old mate's out for 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks because he's fucking sprained his ankle. It's like, the game's, and I understand the game's supposed to be quick, but I think they're going a little bit the wrong way about it.
They're still human.
Because they're talking about, and they talk about like protecting the players, which is why they brought in any contact with the head. You know, that's not a send off. It's 10 in the bin on report. You're going to sit out for a mandatory of 3 weeks. It's like, yeah, but fucking, are you really protecting the players? Because we're still getting a list of injuries more so than we all did in the last 10 years. Like, I don't know. I think they've got it a little bit back.
Well, that's because they're not protecting the players. Same as the AFL. They're protecting themselves. That's where, people have got it wrong. They're not protecting the players because they've capped rotations. They've extended the season. They've made every other aspect of the game harder, but they've made the penalties for hitting the head larger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they're not actually. This is where they keep getting in trouble with like the there's so much conflict between the AFL and the AFL Players Association is because they're getting fed bullshit lines. They're not protecting the players. They're protecting themselves from lawsuits 20 years from now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
It's got...
Especially in
and
the
they're
NRL,
dressing
'cause-
it up to look like they're protecting the players.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you remember, like, there was a bloke who used to play for the Newcastle Knights named Alex Dixon.
Yep.
And they were playing the Storm, and he ducked into a tackle that Cameron Smith made, and he's now in a wheelchair for the rest of his
Yep.
life.
Yeah.
Fact
Yeah.
of the matter is, and it's a tragic fucking thing that happened, but he put himself in that position.
Yeah.
And ever
Yeah.
since then, there was a massive shift in rule changes with head contact. I'm like, how about you teach fucking players how to tackle, and you teach fucking offenders how to actually run the ball? You don't fucking run the ball and duck your head. That's you're just asking for a broken.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Like, yeah, but that's the thing. It's a hierarchy as far as the officiating and the, everyone in charge, the big boss is they're covering their ass,
yeah.
but seemingly making the game worse in the long run for the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I 100% agree.
You know, as I said, like I've watched more AFL this year than I have watched NRL. I know you are probably like, well, fuck, AFL's not much better, but it's still a lot more refreshing going to a different code. And I'll probably watch for the next 2 or 3 years and be like, yeah, you're right. AFL's going the exact same way. But the fact of the matter was, I just got that sick of the regulations in NRL.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to watch a different code.
Well, we'd be in the same position with AFL because we've seen where it's come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up obsessed with the footy as a kid in the 90s, which was, to me, it was the footy played at its absolute peak. That was the pinnacle of AFL football.
90s is the best,
Like,
yeah.
You couldn't get any better. You had full forwards kicking bags of goals. You had screamers every fucking week. You had high-scoring games. The game was still fast. You still had good skills. You had big hits. You had everything. Like, the game literally at that time had everything. Like, every week you'd look at the scores and go, oh, there was nothing better than going, oh, geez, who kicked more goals this week? Ablett, Lockett or Dunstall? And the numbers weren't 6, 7 and 4. The numbers were fucking, oh, Lockett's kicked 16 this week. Oh, Ablett got onto one. He's kicked 14 goals, 6. Like,
Yeah.
You know what is funny about
And the
that?
matchups back
that's
then
a
as
stat
well.
thing.
fuck yeah.
I reckon the bookies have a lot to do with this shit as well.
Yeah.
This is a little bit conspiracy, but I reckon the bookmakers have a lot of pulls.
I blame the media.
Obviously the media as well, but you can't tell me that fucking some of these fucking officials aren't fucking,
Mate.
in with a bookkeeper somewhere going or swaying a decision left or right here.
Yeah.
It's like horse
Every
racing.
sport
It's
on the
rigged
planet
as
has
fuck.
their little bit of fucking riggedness about it. Would not.
Yeah, the only losing
Yeah.
team in the last fucking 2 years that wasn't rigged was my fucking lawn bowls team last week. We tried so hard. Fucking wish it was. I'm like, yeah,
Would have got something out of it at least.
this cunt's gonna die next week anyway. Let's give him a win. Fuck it. But yeah, no, I don't know. Even the only thing that's still watchable is State of Origin, but even that's not what it was back when I was growing up. Like, it's so funny. There was less people hurt during the era of the fucking punch on than there is now.
Yeah.
More people get hurt in Origin now with fucking long-term injuries, like season-wise, than back when just.
See,
Don't let 'em
it's because they're
fucking-
obsessed with image. Once again, not protecting the players, protecting themselves.
Yeah, and you can't tell me that. Oh no, we're trying to. It's there's a lot of young kids watching. I'm like, nah, don't use that as a scapegoat. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I was a young kid, and I seen it. I didn't grow up wanting to fucking fight everyone.
Well, there's not an R rating on boxing matches.
Yeah. No, that's right.
No, and that's why it's such a bullshit excuse when they try to pander to the young community. It's like, forgive me, but as a young bloke, the best thing I've seen on the footy field was two blokes fucking punching on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is sick. Like,
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, that's why I like that they just let it go in hockey. Especially, like, I don't like the cheap hits. Like, back in the 80s in footy and the 70s, there's a lot of blokes swinging forearms around the back of blokes' heads and getting them when they're not looking.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. But the big bumps, when it's... well, the two blokes are ready for it, or the punch-ons when two people are standing nose to nose. Well, I don't see what the problem is with that.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to love. I never watched much of that, but if we're talking about like, you watch that movie Goon?
yeah.
The Goon.
Yeah.
Gloves off and just fucking let's go like that. Imagine that in like the AFL NRL. It's like, all right, two people got this fucking bare knuckle box.
You knock the other dude out and
Straight
you get
in front
5
of
minutes
fucking-
in the fucking sin bin.
That's
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh,
You touch someone's ear in the NRL. Oh, you're looking at 4 weeks, champ. Fucking.
apparently,
Done that.
apparently in the AFL you fairly bump someone and they accidentally knock their head on the ground. It's 5 weeks.
yeah. See.
Fucking hell,
What
mate.
the fuck?
Suspend the oval.
See.
That's who knocked him
You could
out.
argue, like, you know that term that people use, like when they bring in, when the government brings in like new rules and shit. It's like, oh, it's a nanny state.
Yeah.
Like that's how sport's going.
It is.
Yeah.
Like fucking, it's a contact sport.
Yeah.
Like,
To,
and, you know, I see. Yeah.
That's the other thing that
Oh,
shits
fuck.
me is, let's say we don't want any head contact, and this has no place in sport. Blah blah blah. This affects people's lives and blah 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 blah. So okay, but that's been part of the sport forever. Exactly like it's part of boxing. You don't ask them not to hit each other in the head.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine that.
could you imagine if boxing went the same way? It's like we're sick of getting sued by people who have
No
brain
punches above the
damage.
tits.
Like, we're only doing neck below. Oh,
Oh,
what the
Throw
fuck?
punches, that's it.
kill the sport.
Or you've
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening.
you only
with
get 3
the NRL.
punches to
I
the
mean,
head per round. You've exhausted all your hits to the head.
Oh man,
Like-
and
I don't get it. If you don't want to risk it, okay, everyone
you-
only has one life, but if you don't want to risk it, don't play that sport.
no, and that's
Yeah.
like you're at risk every day with everything you do. You walk out of that house, hop in your car.
Yeah.
It fucking is. It's pretty morbid to say, but you're a chance of not fucking coming home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And this is diving more into a conspiracy side of it, but I reckon the fucking amount of offended fucking men and women out there have a lot to do with
Ah.
fucking how pissy our sport has become.
100,000%. Because it's image. It's
Yeah.
all about
Mm-hmm.
image. All the sport codes have gone on this fucking mission to clean up their images to try and
Right.
gain.
But
the
they're
new-
pandering.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. The AFL are the fucking best at it. They've got all these inclusive rounds. Like,
Oh yeah, they have a pride
What?
round, AFL,
yeah,
or something.
yep.
Oh wow, that's
We've got
Yeah.
literally everything. Every fucking round is something, and some of them are really good. And some of them are just like, what the fuck? Like,
I agree with like the indigenous. I think the indigenous round is one of the best rounds.
killer. They do it over
For the
2
sport,
rounds
like-
now, and it's fucking wicked.
Yeah, I'll enjoy that one.
Because there's a lot of the indigenous community that make up the NRL and the AFL
Absolutely.
sporting league.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
been some absolute
Someone's
fucking legends.
sexuality should not fucking come
I
into
don't
it.
understand why it's got
Nah.
anything to do with
I
anything.
don't- Why? Oh, our fans might be
That's
gay.
what I mean. How
Oh,
many?
fuck.
How many
Let them
AFL
support
players?
Collingwood if they want. Fucking,
Yeah.
It's not...
How many fucking
Sorry, that's a dick,
AFL
Collingwood.
players have come out and said they're gay? Like men, like
Yeah.
AFL men, I will say. Not many. Look, none,
None,
really.
zero.
If they have.
The answer is
Like,
zero.
they're keeping it to themselves. Because do they really have to fucking come out and make a big fucking deal about it?
No, it doesn't... It's no one's business.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Like, fucking hell, keep that shit out of... Like, and people... Oh, as soon as you say that, but it's like, oh, you're homophobic. It's like, no.
No, I just don't care.
think it's anyone's fucking business.
Yeah.
What sexuality?
Exactly
If you wanna
right.
fuck a bloke, good on ya. Go
It's
play for Collingwood. No, sorry, that's my last two.
That's it. That's exactly right, though. Like, it's not homophobia. I don't give a fuck. I don't particularly.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I just don't understand why it's in my footy. Like, I don't understand
Yeah.
why we have to wear
Nah,
rainbow socks
it
in
shouldn't
footy
be.
because we're including. I don't get what it's including, to be honest. Like, it's footy.
Yeah, how about, if you're going to do that, do a straight
I
round.
thought the sport itself was meant to be. That's the inclusive part. The sport. That's the bit that
Yeah, they're
brings
just trying to
everyone
put
in.
too much. They're just trying to put too much in So it's a
But
fucking game. It's a game at the end of the day. Fucking
Yeah.
hell. It's a sport.
That should have
They're
been
not
the thing.
representing
All
the
that
world. You
shit's
fucking.
going on.
Yeah.
Like all the shit's going on about fucking sexuality, race, and all that. The whole idea of, well, not the whole idea, but one of the big draw cards of sport is you can come together, enjoy a sport, and forget about that outside noise and just enjoy the sport.
That's what
That's right.
That's what Sam Newman always used to say. And he had a, like, people might call him a racist and a bigot and whatever, and I don't agree with everything he ever says. But his one problem when the whole Adam Goodes saga was happening, and I didn't particularly agree with everyone booing him either, but he did say that because he turned his sporting career, he leveraged it for the political side. He's like, people don't want to come to the footy and worry about politics. Like, they want to leave that stuff at home. They come to the footy and just watch the footy and just barrack for their team. We don't need all the other stuff to be included in it. It's just, can't we just go and watch the footy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems so simple and clear cut, but fucking apparently it's not.
No, because politics has to be in everything. Your beliefs has to be in everything now.
It
Everyone
does.
has to know
It
what you
does.
believe in. Everyone has to know what your opinions are. We live in a world where social media has little slots in your biography that you have to tell people what you believe in. You have to tell people your stance on everything. Everyone has to know what you think, and it's important or
What's
some
your
shit.
pronouns?
Who gives a fuck?
Fucking.
I'll give my opinion, sure, but I don't expect anyone to give a fuck about it. I don't expect it to hold any more weight in the world than anyone else's.
But it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. That's
Like,
what it's literally what opinion
It's an
means.
opinion.
It's mine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not right or you're not wrong. Like,
Can you imagine
it's-
that old AFL game with Dennis Committee when he's like, he's there. Could you imagine if they did it now? If they did the pronoun thing and it's like, this, that, there.
They're there.
She, her, there.
They're there. That's there. Fucking.
oh, I can't. I seen. You know that Sam.
That's them
fucking-
there.
Who's that singer that is a fat bloke?
Sam Smith.
someone.
Sam Smith, yeah.
I watched a fucking
I'm a
interview with that
fisherman.
cunt last
Fisherman.
night. I'm a fish of them. I'm like,
Fisherman.
shut the fuck up, cunt.
I like to be a fisherman. Fucking clown.
Fisher them.
Oh, fish of them. Yeah, I was like,
Fisherman.
He's a
that's not even
he's a
English.
fucking Fisher and Paykel, the fat white fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't know any gay bloke that would fuck you, you fat looking dog. But anyway,
Fuck, this episode's derailed.
Anyway, local, the weekend sport wrap up. Brought to you by the fucking the wokies.
The Fisher them.
Fisherman.
Oh, I hope this gets some views.
Fisher they.
Fisherman.
Anyway, yeah, we're a little bit off track. They're all tithing.
Fucking hell.
Um,
Fuck, we didn't even get to
yeah,
footy yet.
we'll go over to the head over to the power and Matt can fill us in on how he thinks the power are gonna go.
It's filled.
Yeah, is that woke cunt Koshy still there?
They are.
He's gonna be a fisherman.
Too good.
Yeah, we're flying. We're flying. Despite my rant earlier in the year, where I was trying to kill the coach off, we're flying. This is the best we've ever come into the finals, I reckon. Best we've looked coming into the finals. Because we're a 5-game winning
You're
streak.
the second, eh?
Second, yeah. 5-game winning streak. And even our game on the weekend against Freo in Perth, like, it was essentially a dead rubber for us. We couldn't really drop position. And we were still fucking fierce. Like, played excellent. If we can get all our midfielders to play good at the same time, we're going to be very, very hard to beat.
We all need to
I
turn
would
up,
nearly
guys.
say you nearly failed.
Yeah, well, it's every time we seem to have just one down or whatever. Like Ollie plays well, or biggest ones are Butters and Rosie. Butters plays well, Rosie has a quiet one. Rosie plays well, Butters has a quiet one. If they both fire, they're going to be very hard to stop. But our worry now is with Kane Farrell out and Houston out. They were our best two kicks off half back, so now we're going to try and find make up for them. We'll get Josh Sin will come in, but he's only played 8 games or something. He looks good, but he's only young.
Yeah.
So that's the one, maybe.
I feel like that you guys, because like last few years, like you guys have gone hard and fucking dropped off at the end
Yeah.
because you've just gone that hard at it. By the time the finals come around, just been absolutely fucked.
We've been limping into finals.
Yeah, I reckon what they've done. Like this could be just a theory, but I reckon what they've done. They've looked at the fucking the scheduling and all that sort of stuff, and they can be like, let's have our drop off here.
Yeah. And
then go hard at it. Because what was it, last six or 5 rounds? They just went fucking bang.
Yeah.
Was it after the Hawthorn game?
It was after the Brisbane loss.
After
we got flogged by Brisbane here, and everyone booed off Kenny. Ever since then, we've only lost 1 game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was.
Yeah.
I think we've lost 1 out of 9.
Yeah. So I reckon they've. It's going to be a very, like we said at the start, it's very interesting finals.
Well,
like there's a lot of good teams in this final series.
Well, they don't talk about it much anymore, but they used to back in the day. I remember they used to talk about workloads and putting heavy workload periods in, and teams used to drop off.
Yeah.
They'd schedule it through the year, and you could see where teams got a bit more tired and a bit more fatigued. They'd go through a workload. They'd have a 5 or 6 week period where they'd like almost put another pre-season inside the season to kickstart them again for the finals. So I wonder, they don't talk about it much anymore, but I wonder if that's something that other teams have done as well, because everyone's had a drop off. Everyone's had a few week period where they've looked like lethargic.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's it.
And they always do. Every team goes through it, and every team does it.
Yeah.
It's just getting that balance right. So you're not coming into the finals underdone or not prepared enough.
Yeah.
Some teams might go too hard, not hard enough. It's just getting that balance right.
Yeah. We've been in both positions before, like struggling for form going into the finals. We've been like fighting for spots coming into the finals, so we haven't had the luxury of resting players that we've needed to. Then we've also had the year where we finished top and we had top sewn up before the end of the year, and that still didn't fucking up. So, but this year we've come in like with heaps good form, like ferocious form. So
I feel like also out of everyone in the top 8 teams for you to play first, Geelong's probably the best for you guys to take on first.
I never like to ride off Geelong, but that was what I felt as well.
Yeah. I feel like you guys will be more quicker and fresher than them.
Yeah. I think so too.
Geelong are a good team, don't get me wrong.
Geelong are Geelong, though.
Geelong. Yeah.
I don't ever like to say too much bad about them because they could very well win the premiership.
Oh, that's it.
And I wouldn't be surprised. But they could do that any year and I wouldn't be surprised because they just do what they do. They just keep being there and giving themselves a chance and winning.
I'm shocked at the Western Bulldogs as well. Like they were like fucking everyone was saying how shit they were fucking during the year and stuff, and then next minute they're fucking flying.
They're another one, aren't they?
They
can have odd games where they just get flogged though. That's weird.
Yeah, I reckon we have to fucking live stream that game.
Yeah.
Bulldogs and Hawthorn. That would be.
Fuck, that's going to be a good game.
That's going to be epic. That's going to be fucking fast and furious.
Yeah, they both play that free-flying footy too, like.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good time slot too, Friday, 7:40.
Yeah, perfect. It'd be absolutely perfect.
I love the way Hawthorn plays, and when the Bulldogs
I'm
are
playing
their
bowls
best,
on Saturday, so
when the Bulldogs are at their best, they play similar, real.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Fast.
I even commented on this post someone put up the other day, and I said if they both turn up, it'll be the game of the finals. I reckon. Yeah. It'll be absolutely fucking epic.
I'm kind of keen to see the Swans and GWS.
So am I.
That's gonna be a good one.
They do have they are getting a nice little rivalry, and this will just help tip it over the edge. They've played one final against each other before, I reckon.
Wow.
I just think of this.
Yeah.
So obviously Sydney would be still a favourite. If I was going to put money, are you putting money somewhere? Who are you putting money on taking the flag?
The flag. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Port if they find their straps.
I've got form-wise, it'd be hard to go past Port or GWS or even Hawthorn. Even Hawks from outside.
Had a
Hawks
huge
from
run
outside. They've dropped 2 games that they shouldn't have, and they would have been on like a 12-game winning streak or something had they not dropped those games. Like one was against us, where they were 30-something points up in the last quarter, and the same. I think it was Freo that beat them. I can't remember where they were 30-something points up as well. They just happened to give it away.
Well, we'll just go through. I'll go through the list. Obviously, you are more in depth with the AFL than I am. So obviously, Port and Geelong on Thursday.
Yeah, Port.
Who have you got winning that?
We win that.
Port will win that.
And the Bulldogs and Hawthorns won the game that you were.
That's a tipping point. That's going to be hard. That's. I'll go Hawks.
Yeah, I'm
just on the
say the Hawks as
They're
well.
just flying. Yeah.
And obviously, you got Sydney and GWS on the Saturday.
Yeah, I reckon GWS get that.
Another close game.
I reckon the Swans win that.
Lions and the Blues.
Lions in the Gabba.
Lions, yeah.
So,
Can't
that
fucking
being said, well, where'd they finish?
Well,
They
Auckland.
finished fucking last.
They just made it.
8.
Yeah.
They just made
Yeah,
it.
it depends how many players they get back as to how that's going to fucking look. They can get 3 or 4 of their absolute best back. You never know.
It's true.
Brisbane's form has waned a bit again.
Yeah, they're starting to get that little bit of a choke on.
They
as they normally do in finals.
The thing with them is they're heavily inaccurate, and they have been for a couple of years. And when they put a couple of, all it takes is for them to miss a few early, and it sort of trends their whole game.
Yeah.
They end up getting plagued by missing.
Yeah.
So, and in finals with that kind of pressure, you never know.
Well, they've made finals the last 3-4 years.
4 years, I reckon.
They've
Yeah.
choked in every game.
Yeah. So everything except last year where they narrowly lost the grand final, but every other. I reckon I reckon it was 3 or 4 seasons in a row before that they lost the prelims.
Yeah, but they finished top 4.
Yep.
And they choked in their second
Yep.
game.
They certainly did.
Massively. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, Broncos aren't going to be out there, so fuck them, but well, hopefully that follows through. I'd love for the Broncos to make the finals and go out straight sets. Fucking.
That's what I hope for
just
the Crows every time they make the finals, which isn't very much anymore.
Jeez, I thought they would have been up there this year.
So did
I really did. I thought team they got. I thought they'll probably be in the finals this year.
They got a good list with good kids. They just can't put it together. They just drop off.
But it's normally
they get big periods where they get scored against heavily.
Yeah, that's their biggest problem.
So a little bit of a, I don't know if you believe in, I don't know if they call them hoodoos or fucking omens or whatever, but the Bulldogs, for the last fucking, what are we in, 24, for the last 9 years, they have not made a top 8 ever. So the last top 8 they were in was 2014, and they went to the grand final. The last time they were in the grand final before that, 2004. The time before that, 1994. It's now 2024, and they finished in the top 4. Could be something. Don't know.
I do like numbers.
I'd hate to be playing them. Yeah, so do I. I mean, I'm not even a fucking Bulldogs. I hate the area of Canterbury and Western Sydney. I think it's a gross fucking area to be. But
shout out to all our Canterbury
it'd be
listeners.
good to see the little guy get up there. You know what I mean? Like someone that's not the Melbourne Storm and the Panthers.
Yeah, I was
actually fuck. What am I talking about? I'd love to see the Cowboys win.
Yeah, go the Cowboys.
I love my team.
Yeah.
No, when my team's not in, I always like to back the underdog or the up and comer.
Yeah, I like it.
Until they win it, and then the next year,
fuck
those guys.
The Warriors. Yeah, well, as I said, the last fucking 12 years have been Melbourne Storm, Panthers, and Roosters all winning the final. It hasn't obviously gone that way in the grand final, but I was like, fuck, I wouldn't mind New Zealand, obviously New Zealand Warriors, I wouldn't mind them fucking showing a bit of tick, like something outside of Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone wants their team to. If the Cowboys can win the next 20 grand finals in a row, that'd be unreal. But it's not going to happen realistically.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
So, like something outside of
Very
like
nice.
obviously, AFL is Victoria strong.
Yeah. Well, even that,
Yeah.
like, there's
Where most teams,
so many teams that
Like
have
the-
stories. I remember 2014 when the Bulldogs got on that roll, and like everyone that their teams were out just jumped on the bandwagon. Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
hadn't won it since 1954, and it was fucking 60 years, 70 years,
They were fucking determined too.
60 years, sorry.
That was.
And yeah,
It was one of those teams you just seen it in them. Like they were like, yeah, they're gonna go
when
away.
I say 14, I meant 16, 2016.
You know what you mean?
They yeah, and yeah, just what they finished 7th, or 6th or 7th.
Seventh,
Seventh,
I reckon.
yeah.
Nice. Seventh, yeah, seventh.
Just nuts to watch those stories unfold, and so many close games.
They put us at the fucking sword.
Yeah,
Fucking knocked us out of the finals, cunts.
they had some ripping games along the way too. That game against GWS,
Yeah.
nuts footy.
Yes, no, that's it was good to watch. I was going for them once they. Well, I usually get bitter against a team that fucking beats us, but that year I was just like, I want them to win.
Oh, you feel sorry for supporters like that, though, don't you? Like, I'd love to see St Kilda win it some year.
Fuck, they should have won it, man. If there was no that rule was in place where it's overtime, they would have won that game.
Yep.
They had all the legs. They had all the run.
They did, and the next week they looked flat as fuck.
Yeah. I still remember that. I remember that just watching that Mrs. Farked, and I said to everyone that was at the grand final, I said, they'll get flogged next week.
Yeah.
The Collingwood will come back out and they'll fucking flog them.
Yeah. See that emotional release too. So much riding on them, especially from the year
Yeah.
before as well. Because they
Imagine
lost narrowly the year
as a
before.
supporter as well. Yeah. Like, you're a supporter and you got to watch it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
That's it's bad enough fucking being anxious that first one.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Absolutely. 2 weeks in a row coming off a loss the year before, which, given a certain bounce of the ball, they win.
Yeah.
That
that's
ball
right.
bounces backwards towards Stephen Milne. He kicks a goal, they win.
That's
it bounces
right.
through the
Yeah.
points, it goes back down the other end, Geelong kick a goal.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, I couldn't handle that.
yeah, nuts. That's
I couldn't handle a bounce. Like, I don't think I
so,
could.
like, we haven't been in a grand final since 2007 where we got fucking absolutely trousered in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
And before that, 2004 where we won, and like 2004 I was 17. So I appreciated it. Yeah, it was great, but I came from barracking for Port in the SNFL. I just assumed we were going to win more because that's what we did. That's what we
Yeah.
did. So you just
Yeah.
we
That's right.
just won it. And then it not happening again. I'm so terrified of us making it to the grand final and losing.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I can see what I've been
yeah.
like for prelims and everything, and I'm not a good person to be around.
I said to Sam at the start of the year, I said, I reckon Port will win it this year. For the simple fact is they're going to be hungry because fucking everything behind Hinkley, and it's definitely proven fucking so far.
Yeah.
But I said, it's 20 years this year
Yeah.
since they won one, so I
Yeah.
feel like it's that time. Like it feels like it's going to fall into place.
Oh, I really hope so.
We'll
We'll soon find
I'm
out,
sure
though.
we'll find out soon.
We will. Unless the fucking world explodes before
If you
then.
get, if you get
That'd be
fucking lose the first one and be like, oh fuck.
Well,
That'd be my luck. We'll make it to the grand final.
Oh,
And they'll drop an atomic bomb or something.
No, you'll be up by 30 with fucking 15 to go.
keep playing!
What is that? Hold on. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Fuck.
I knew it was going to happen.
I'd be just running straight to that trophy and be like, ah, here comes.
Start etching it in on the way. Fucking Port Adelaide. I'll just put the next 4 years into.
I would die with it in my hand and come back as a fucking girl.
Oh shit.
I I'm excited for I'm not excited for finals because I know my team's going to go out, but I'm kind of excited to, regardless if your team's in it or not. Finals is always a nice time.
It is.
It's actually sometimes you can argue sometimes it's a lot easier your team not in it.
There is a certain relief to it.
Now.
There is a certain relief to it, and you just go, all right, I'll just sit back and enjoy the games.
Well, it was hard in 2015. The Cowboys literally scraped into the 8 because of a result. Like, now I've got to watch them play another game. They won it. I'm like, oh god. They won their next game, and then went on to the semi and they won that. I'm like, no, I don't even know if I can handle fucking the grand final because they played Brisbane, my most hated team. I'm like, if they lose this, I don't even know who my missus at the time was, but she's not gonna fucking survive to go home.
Man, I can only imagine if we somehow made it to the grand final and had to play the Crows. I would be thinking the worst shit. Like, I don't think I'd be able to. I'd have to move state or be a convicted fella.
I don't know what's wrong with people when they say they want that to happen. Like, I'd love to play it. It's great. I'm like, you're a fucking drongo, cunt.
No thanks.
You got to deal with that shit for the rest of your life if you lose.
Yeah, no thanks. No way. They still talk about their 97-98 premierships. We weren't even in them.
Oh, God, yeah.
We should fucking do. When was your last grand final? For Paul?
2007. We don't like to remember that one.
Did it?
Don't
No,
let the score
sorry.
up.
Last win.
2004. Last premiership, 2004.
What was the final score?
We beat Brisbane by 40 points or 50 points.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't close at all. Yeah, okay.
No, if you talk to the Brisbane,
They played that perfectly.
if you talk to the Brisbane people, they were just unlucky. They were 6 hours. They were 6 hours from winning that premiership. Oh,
I know a lot of Brisbane people.
We should have been able to play Saturday afternoon instead of Saturday night the week before. That ruined it all. No worries, you fucking drongo.
Wait, you would have... Was that when they were on their 3 streak?
Yeah, they were going for 4 in a row.
They were going for their 4th.
Yeah, right. Fucking, that was under league.
They played that so well. They got under their skin and fucking they just couldn't get back from it.
Damien Hardwick and Josh Carr played it beautifully.
Yeah.
They were awesome for us.
It was... Yeah, they were.
That fucking... I knew they'd lost it as soon as Acker fucking reversed that free kick and you can see his face like, no!
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got him here.
I kind of want to sit here now and watch the last fucking 10 minutes of the 2015 grand final. I fucking have that saved on my phone. And I just pull it out every now and then. But just sit there and watch it. Like, brings a tear to my eye.
It's good.
Yeah, mine's the 2006 grand final. The last fucking few minutes of that. I love that. Can the Swans do it? Siren! I used to have that as my fucking ringtone.
You'd get mighty sick of hearing Leo Barry use Star from the fucking year before. Because it's played every grand final. It's played about 77 times every grand final week. Yeah.
It's like, can't freeze frame that fucking shit. Look how many fucking Eagles players have been pulled off the ball before they even fucking get near it.
It's a great mark, but there is a fucking scuffle and a half in the pack.
Yeah. So you can see someone's got Sampi and they're like pulling him. Like, this is bullshit.
He had to mark that too, because if you watch it, he shanks the kick straight to fucking Dean Cox. He's the one that kicked it to him. Yeah. He's essentially jammed the ball down his throat, so he must be thinking, fuck, I've got to stop this, otherwise I'm going to be the one that lost us to grand final.
Yeah. That was funny though, because everyone left my house instantly as soon as we lost. I was like, it's probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea.
Like Jamie was saying, we should have people over for the grand final. Like, if we make it, we ain't going to want to have people around me.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun. It won't be fun for me.
Nah, I don't like, especially when people are trying to talk to you, like, can you shut the fuck up? I'm just watching this. I'm just barely holding on.
I'm making it by thread.
Oh, guys, let's call it. We're gone over an hour now. That's pretty. Yeah.
I just want to mention one thing before we go. Just want to say Varley to Sid Vicious / Psycho Sid. Watched a lot of him as a young man. Obviously, we're big wrestling fans back in the day, so sad to hear of his passing.
Yeah. On the oath. Fucking good wrestler.
Absolutely.
Top bloke. And yeah. Alright, boys. We'll see you guys on the next episode. We're getting close now. We're getting really close to a fucking beer review. I can taste it in the back of my throat.
Do you reckon it's going to be like fucking when? Got to be soon. I'm itching.
We'll stop recording this one, press record, go out, grab a couple beers.
We'll talk about it off air. Alright.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Alright, guys, catch you in the next episode.
Later, everybody.
See you later.
Bearded Mafia Podcast, yo, this wrong.